Okay, just gone live from translation with about 15 minutes, 45 minutes. That this location as an operation, like a 5 minute, for instance, a 5 minute grace period to begin packing up and exit the main entry exit of the building. So there's a meal program associated with, and again, this is not my physical appearance, this is a distorted image. There's a meal program called the University City Hospitality Coalition. There's Feast Incarnate, and that might be what is today. And then there's a Saturday sandwich, and then there's halal on Sundays. Associated with the university, they have a group of volunteers that are associated with this university and a university that's in the area. And we have corresponded our grievances and our concerns to no avail, and nothing has changed. Broad Street Ministry is another Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Geographic location that hosts a meal program and additional services. That is not a viable option for us. And then there's many other programs that are primarily for men only. There's many shelters for men only. The resources for women are less available. This is an absolute waste of our time. Our earnings are embezzled and laundered, and I don't know where we're at with receiving payments. And I don't know what the goals are, but what I do know is that I invest a lot of time to ensure that I'm realistically proceeding in a step-by-step necessity, rationale for intervention process, and as ad lib and impromptu with no preconceived notion. I don't really expect anything, to be honest, other than to stay committed to a step-by-step process to this situation no longer being the situation. But I already documented the grievances associated with the program beyond the nth degree. I've requested many times for the formal briefing, debriefing, and updates that need to exist, and nobody's responded to me. Nobody respects me. This is not what I actually look like, and I don't know why. So I'm the person with the executive authority, and that's that. That's the bottom line. So encroaching on my physical space, the sexual harassment, the stalking, the skit sellers, and this is not new information. Why do you back me into a corner and leave me without resources when I work round the clock and I haven't received a penny? I don't know what people expect from me. And then to yell at me when I'm already dealing with life-threatening situations every day with no support, with no acknowledgement. And I'm not going to not stay sustained in the ways that I'm able to, but I've requested many times for security to have at least every 12 hours, if not every 4 hours, I don't know how frequently this needs to be, but they need to check in with me with a checklist and let me know that certain assessments or whatever you want to call that, rotations, have been completed, and that this is something that they shouldn't even have to prove to me is being completed. And so you leave me in these high-risk situations that I don't want to be in. This takes a lot of effort. This consumes a lot of time, just understanding that there's this risk that I have not been protected from. And as far as this camping out homeless hostage situation, this should not be prolonged. So what's going on? What do you really want what do people really want to consider optimizing for the next 12 months? Because I'm not going to try to figure out how to cope with that kind of bullshit, is what I'm saying. So why? For what? That guy is not credentialed to be a volunteer or a representative for any corporation. That has been communicated via correspondence since arrival. Those people are not eligible for that kind of program. That has been documented, communicated, corresponded since arrival. That we need the policy, procedure, regulations. We need to know how they're funding this, where they get the money for this. We need all of that information. We need to know if they have completed applications. We need to know the accreditation. We need all that information that has been corresponded since arrival. So, as far as rejuvenation, I suppose that's all for now, but I have to be judicious with my time and my focus. And I'm not going to deal with that because that's a guaranteed problem every single time. So either I have realistic standards to maintain appropriate food stock and supply, or that's still a problem that's not been resolved yet. I don't want to deal with people swinging me or ping-ponging me around from one extreme to the other. I've communicated that how many times? This is not worth my time. This is not worth me or my husband's effort or time. This is pathetic and dangerous